So now that we've kind of got a basic understanding of efficiency and total surplus, consumer surplus, and producer surplus, we can start to think about the effects of these government policies we've looked at so far, the effect these have on efficiency. So government policies and efficiency. So as we just talked about, if competitive market assumptions hold, then the free market will be allocatively efficient. So the free market will get us to that Q star, which maximizes total surplus. But this is a big assumption, and it's actually going to fail a lot, right? So there's lots of times where one side of the market, buyers or sellers, are going to have what we call market power, the ability to set price. And other times, another market failure when these assumptions will fold is when we will fail is if we have market failures such as externalities and things like that. So that's when an exchange between two people affects someone else. So the classic example of that would be pollution. So if you go and buy gasoline from a gas station, the exchange of that good is also affecting other people through pollution and things like that. So these assumptions often fail. So examples would be, like I just said, market power. So either buyers or sellers have some ability to set price. There's not actually many buyers and sellers. They're not homogeneous goods. There's like branding and things like that. Then this competitive market is not going to produce the allocatively efficient quantity. And same thing with externalities. So remember, externalities, like I was just saying, is kind of the effects on other people and third parties from an exchange between a buyer and seller. So pollution, in terms of like noise, in terms of CO2, in terms of methane, whatever. So these are cases where the government involvement might actually help improve efficiency in the market. And these are things that we're going to talk about later in the course. But for now, if we're assuming that these, those big competitive market assumptions hold, and the government intervenes and changes the quantity exchanged, it's going to create this inefficiency in the market. And so right now we're going to see that, taxes, as well as, in most cases, taxes, unless extreme cases, taxes and price controls are going to actually reduce efficiency in the market and create what we're going to call deadweight loss, which is going to be this loss of efficiency. Any government intervention under competitive market assumptions, let's make that clear, that changes quantity from Q star will decrease efficiency. And we're going to call that a deadweight loss. So this is this loss of efficiency. DWL, deadweight loss. Dead weight loss. Just a loss of efficiency. That's all it means. Okay, so now let's start to look at taxes as well as these different price controls to understand the effect that this government involvement has on the efficiency of this market. And we're just going to use these basic concept of consumer and producer surplus to do that. So remember, consumer surplus below the demand curve, above the price, producer surplus above the supply curve below the price.